And he missed it again! He missed it again!
I mean, it feels terrible. Obviously let my team down.
No. How tough is it to kick a football? Seriously. I can't do it. But of any position in the NFL that any one of us can stretch our leg a little bit and maybe drink a little bit less beer, any one of us could be a kicker.
Good morning, Gjallarhorn. It's Dave, Ted, and Drew back once again for this week's episode. We just beat, why am I sounding like Casey Kasem? Because we just beat Green Bay. Well, no, we didn't. We actually tied them. If you watched our last episode, which was absolutely hilarious, and I want to thank everybody who did. It's one of our highest response episodes, and if you haven't seen it, go to the Climbing the Pocket YouTube page and look it up. It's absolutely hilarious. But this week, we're on to Buffalo. So, we're first going to start talking about wrapping up any loose ends with Green Bay.
Wrap it up!
How are you guys doing today?
Doing good. How are you guys doing?
Doing fairly well to decent.
We're doing better than Daniel Carlson, aren't we?
You're out! He's out.
Speaking of wrapping up, they wrapped him in newspaper, and Daniel Carlson now sleeps with the fishes.
That's a long career, wasn't it? 2 games.
I feel bad for the kid. I mean, I feel bad for the kid, but I've said this elsewhere, and I've written about it on Daily Norseman, and I've found it very surprising that a team that is a legitimate Super Bowl contender would choose to go with a rookie kicker and not bring Kai Forbath back. I get Forbath, he missed more extra points than he did field goals while he was here. You got to make extra points. But extra points while he was here never cost the Vikings a game, not one.
No.
Yeah, when I was younger, I was at a football camp with a guy named Tony Franklin who used to kick for the Patriots.
For the Eagles, yeah. Tony Franklin, seriously?
I was at a football camp with him and Dave Casper and some other guys.
Barefoot. The barefoot guy, right?
The barefoot guy. We'll talk about. I'll tell you some Dave Casper stories on another show, but the guy was classic. He was drunk the whole time. But Franklin told me, he said, "You know what, Drew? You can kick 60, 70-yarders, one after one after one. You can kick it out of the end zone. Blah blah blah. The life of a kicker all comes down to pressure kicks." He used to tell me that's all that matters. That's it. That's all. There's nothing else involved. If you can make pressure kicks, you'll have a job. And that was the difference of Carlson. He can't make anything under pressure. I mean, that last field goal was set up like an extra point, wasn't it? And he hit all the extra points. Yep. Except you add that element of pressure, got to cut him loose. Can't do it.
Gone.
Well, it was on ESPN this week, and I want to say it was Collar and Judd that were interviewing Longwell specifically about kickers and what the NFL should do and how it is very much a mental game, and discussing how we think, we've got really good special teams, and we have, but we've gone through 5 kickers in 6 years.
That's ridiculous.
And it makes you wonder. And what he's advocating, or what I'm advocating, what he suggested, what I'm advocating, is that you bring in a kicking specialist, because he goes, it can't be stopped or can't be fixed watching in slow-mo with a stopwatch, right? It's all about a kicker getting in rhythm and keeping in rhythm. And he says under pressure, you tend to speed things up. And then you get somebody that tells you, well, keep your head down, keep your head down. It's just like golf, right? But when you keep your head down as a kicker, when you go through that kicking motion, it impacts under your ribs, and it usually speeds up, and you either hit high and right or low and left. He says it's the same problem. You get one of those two. And all three of his were high and right.
Well, I have an idea. How about instead of hiring a kicking specialist, they hire a kicker that doesn't stink? And I think we got that with Dan Bailey.
No, well, I agree there. But what Longwell's contention is that even though he loves Prefer, pardon me, he probably loves Michelle Pfeiffer too, but even though he loves Coach
Well, and who doesn't, to be quite honest?
I do. True. You know, I do. I had a big crush in the 80s, man. She was my gal.
Oh, she was.
Give me a little Pfeiffer. Meow, meow.
But Prefer, even though he loves Prefer, he says Prefer's not a kicking guy. Prefer can scheme every other part of special teams, but he's not a kicking guy. And he a lot of times says the wrong things to the kickers. And if that messes with their heads, it messes with their heads. I mean, you know, we had Borbath missing his stuff before him, right? We had the young kid that came in and kicked, 50-yarders like crazy and then went to shit because it all was up here. Prefer's the problem, and then get Prefer out of the loop other than to be the figurehead and then put some kicking guru in there to, take the kicker off to yoga and Zen class and give him massages or whatever the hell it takes to keep them in their mind.
No. How tough is it to kick a football? Seriously. I can't do it. But of any position in the NFL that any one of us could do, we can stretch our leg a little bit and maybe drink a little bit less beer. Any one of us could be a kicker. We couldn't be a left tackle. We couldn't be a quarterback. We couldn't be a receiver. But 5'6" and 5'7" and 5'8" guys can kick. It's all mental. Kick the ball. Put it through the uprights. I don't care.
I think it takes a little bit more than that.
Have some smoke, some pot, and then we can all call it Prefer Madness.
That's not a bad idea. But he'll pop his drug.
Movie, that movie, Prefer Madness?
4 weeks.
This is dumb. I think this is just this whole thing is dumb. A kicker can either kick or he can't. And I will give the Vikings credit. I mean, they hung with Walsh probably 3 or 4 games too long when he suddenly lost it. He was great for a while, and I'm sorry, I don't think it's Mike Prefer all of a sudden making a guy can't make a field goal. He missed a 27-yard field goal that I'm not kidding. I could kick a 27-yard field goal. Probably smart enough.
You know what?
It couldn't be against the Seahawks in the playoffs when it's 10 below out. But that just gets in his head. And okay, maybe they need a guy to get him right mentally. But to blame this on anyone other than the kicker, I think is just foolish.
You got to just cut him loose. It's you can't waste any more time on it. You know how you remedy it? You bring in an experienced guy like Bailey.
Exactly.
Now it's done. You're not going to bring in a specialist to sit Carlson down on a couch and ease his mind and fuck all that. You're done.
That's what I do.
Yeah. Good call. I'm glad they cut bait.
Yeah. Well, what was it? The
quickly too. Legatron? Come on, man.
The replacements. There's a good example.
Yeah.
Where the kicker comes in smoking a cigarette. All right. Done with the kicker. We did sign Dan Bailey, as we said. Second most accurate kicker in NFL history. He's only 30.
Badass, dude. Badass. We got our kicker now forever.
Well, at 30, we could have him for 6 more years. Easy.
Yeah, I think so too. That was a great move. Great move.
Or we could have
him next year, but
or we could have him till Halloween and on to the next guy. Who knows with us?
Yeah, but at one point, will you believe me that it's it's Prefer's fault, and we need a kicking specialist?
Fucking Prefer Madness. Here we go again. I liked Bailey. I always thought Bailey should be on the Vikings, even when he was kicking for the Cowboys. So I'm happy with it.
Well, he's a good kicker.
Yeah,
very good kicker. All right. Speaking of moves, we made a few yesterday and today, besides signing Bailey, getting rid of Carlson and signing Bailey, we also signed a wide receiver that used to be part of San Francisco.
Aldrich Robertson or
stats. He's not half bad. He's been in the year, I think, 6 years, or in the league 6 years.
Okay.
Oh, Treadwell. Still looking for them. Just keep those guys healthy. If we lose one of our top studs there, we're in deep shit. Just stay healthy, guys. Stay healthy.
Treadwell. I loved Realistic Randy. Go off on Treadwell this week. And if you haven't seen it, I will post a link down below so you can watch the Realistic Randy response after the Packer game.
Aldrich Robinson is the dude's name.
Aldrich Robinson. Thank you, Ted.
Robinson, yeah.
And whatever. But behind Thielen and Diggs is Bupkis. So I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of Thielen and Diggs in this last game, they absolutely rocked.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah, I tweeted out something like as bad as as unsatisfying as a tie is. Thielen Diggs,
baby.
Diggs,
and we haven't been drinking today.
I like Thielen Diggs. I'm gonna start using that shit. Thielen Diggs, baby.
Thielen Diggs and Kirk Cousins are football porn, man. Those guys lit it up Sunday afternoon.
Oh, they sure did, and it was sweet to see.
259.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. What, 25 catches?
And they weren't the only two, but he had key throws to Rudy and key throws to Morgan and key throws to Cook.
Yeah, sure did.
And it went sweet, very, very sweet. Now, Treadwell caught his first touchdown, as we discussed before, and then he boinked off his hands every other pass after that.
What a slouch. Come on, dude. Roberto Duran.
He probably needed to bandage up his hands afterwards and said, Coach, my hands hurt. That's why I didn't catch the ball. Anyways, we'll go on from there. I think it's a first-round draft choice by Spielman. That will make 3 of the 4 special teams.
Yeah, I just, there's not much they can do. He's too expensive to cut. The dead cap money increases to the point they've really got no flexibility under the cap to do anything after that. So, they've got him. I barring a really dramatic turnaround, I don't see them exercising his 5th-year option, which I think they have to do at the end of this season.
They're not going to.
prior
to their fourth year. I don't see it. I just don't. I mean,
it's not going to cost him anything to cut him next year. He's going.
We just got to hope he gets better. I mean, what other alternative do we have?
Yeah, he's still the best. He's still the best third wide receiver option on the roster.
Oh man, that is fucking scary, Ted. That is scary.
It's scary.
Name a guy better.
No, I agree. And Colenblow got cut today, so he's not there anymore.
He got cut. I guess Zylstra, maybe Brandon Zylstra.
I'd like to see BB brought up.
Yeah, he's still on the practice squad though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who you gonna get ready to bring him?
True, that'd be another guy.
So
keep him healthy.
It's just
keep the big dogs healthy.
But there were other good things about the Green Bay game. Did you see that Sheldon Richardson has the most pressures out of any defensive tackle or defensive end in the NFL so far this year? And there are some men that play that position across the league.
Yeah, we could. None of us could play defensive line in the NFL.
I sure as hell can kick, though.
Yeah, it was a great signing. I mean, it was so low key and under the radar, just coming the day after Kirk Cousins signed.
Right.
But you could argue that was probably an important signing for the defense as Cousins was for the offense. I mean, just look how good he's been the first 2 games this year.
I'll give that a bam. That's my sound effect.
And if he keeps up this way, I hope they go to him and talk about extensions.
Yeah, me too.
Multi-year extension.
But Tom Johnson's back though too.
Yeah,
Yes.
we swapped defensive linemen, and we ended up getting both in the end. Thanks, Pete Carroll. Fucking sober.
Why would you cut? Look, I know they had injuries and they had to make room for guys, but why would you cut, of all the people you're going to cut, why would it be your starting defensive tackle? Why not?
I don't know, dude.
Why not like your fifth wide receiver or your no, seriously? I mean, it was dumb. It was dumb all the way around.
It's very stupid.
And now he's getting his fully guaranteed salary from Seattle. I saw a tweet from Ross Tucker on Twitter that not only is he getting guaranteed salary from Seattle, he's also getting termination pay, which I guess is a chunk of change. Plus, he's getting vet minimum from the Vikings for re-signing with the Vikings. What a great move.
He doubled his salary or about that.
Yeah. Loved it.
It helps us out.
Good on you, Con. Yeah. Absolutely.
I've never gotten termination pay. Have you guys got that? I've never got that before.
No. Got terminated. Not termination pay, though.
Yeah, that I've had.
Since I think we pretty much rehashed the Green Bay game, except for Clay Matthews. Goldilocks.
Fuck him.
Whining and crying about, how is that a penalty? Packers fans, how is that a penalty? You touch Rodgers. Okay.
Look, it's a terrible rule. I mean, it was a tackle. Clay Matthews tackled him, but when you land with your body weight on the quarterback, now you're going to get flagged for it. I mean, it's a stupid penalty. It's a stupid rule. And Clay Matthews and Packer fans have no one to blame but Aaron Rodgers.
And themselves.
If that had happened to Case Keenum last year, or I don't know, Tyrod Taylor, or any other quarterback not named Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady, we would not be in this situation we are in today.
What the frustrating thing is the fact that play that he committed the penalty on sealed the game for them.
Yeah,
and it
did.
Ended up that was 100%. It was over. So if we could have pulled this thing out, it totally would have been laid on his shoulders, dude. It all would have been his fault. It would have.
Yeah, it would have been.
They had the game won at that point.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, it was a tie, and the Vikings didn't win. It's like half a win for the Vikings, and it helps them in the tiebreaker. And this is more of a loss for Green Bay than a tie. Just kind of like it's not. But if it comes down to at the end of the year, you're looking at identical records, and let's just assume the Vikings beat the Packers at home in TCF Bank Stadium. The Vikings have the tiebreaker over Green Bay, and Green Bay won't. I mean, because of the tie at home. So I don't know. I mean, it wasn't great, but whatever.
That was you got to feel. You know what? There's a way worse tie for them than it was for us. They had it wrapped up. And they blew it. So let them live with it.
So
anyways,
whatever.
We'll go on from there.
We were thinking of the same thing. Figs.
It's on to Buffalo.
Let's go.
Wait, you gotta say that like Belichick. Do it like Belichick. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
We're on to Buffalo.
We're on to Buffalo.
There we go.
We're on to Buffalo. Next one.
Buffalo.
Now we're legally on to Buffalo. Got to do the Belichick.
Now, good news on that front. As both of you have known, I've had some DirecTV issues here lately. And the sensor up on the dish is going bad. Well, it was no real big deal. I was losing the NFL Network, but not a big deal as long as I can watch my Sunday Ticket. Well, guess what? 700 channels are washed out too. So I was on the phone with the Philippines where AT&T has their call center, and I will have maintenance in a brand new freaking dish if I have to in time for Sunday's game because I'm going to need it because it's sure not going to be a national game.
I'm happy for you, man. Dave's going to actually join us and watch the game.
I'll be in New York City. I think I'll catch the game. We're stopping over New York on on way to our big trip. So I'll see the game.
Nice.
But yeah,
New York City.
Take me away from you.
Yeah.
There's nothing that another man or more could ever do. Are you going to Africa?
Yep, South Africa.
Good man, good man. I got some good news too. The Bills are 31st in offense. How do you feel about that? Right here. This is how many touchdown passes the Bills have this season.
Seriously?
They have one.
Terrible.
Yeah,
God, that is a terrible
quarterbacks.
Oh, they have 31st in offense. Their passing offense is 31st. They only have 279 passing yards the whole season, which is only 2 games, but still.
Right.
Cousins had that in 1 quarter.
Cousins had that in the 4th quarter in overtime yesterday, I think.
Guys, they're only passing for 140 yards a game. Zimmer has got to be licking his chops going. Plus, they got that quarterback Ted hates. Ted, out of everybody, back in April, I was talking to Ted about Josh Allen. He hates that guy.
Josh Allen is terrible. He's terrible.
He was starting, right?
Pick. Yeah,
he's starting Sunday.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but he can throw a ball 70 yards.
Okay, cool.
You know what? We should be able to light this up Sunday because they're not much better. Their rushing offense is only 25th.
And McCoy's out. I think Shady McCoy is either got a cracked rib and be out or very questionable. He won't be 100% if he does play.
31st
It's
in
not
passing.
just a cracked rib. It's cracked rib cartilage, the main cartilage.
Oh, that is painful. I've had that before.
I haven't. So I haven't had a cracked rib or fucking termination pay. I need to live a little. You know what? My life is a joke. No, they struggle. We should be, man, this is going to be, if this plays out the way it's supposed to play out, onslaught, baby.
Yeah, I think the Vikings are favored by the second most points. It's like the second biggest spread that they're favored by, I think, in team history. I think, is it 16 or 16 and a half?
Well,
it's a ridiculous number.
Let me ask you guys this, though. It brings back something we talked about before when we talk about the Vikings. Are they going to let him stick around? Are they going to let him hang around, Ted, or not? What's going to happen? Are we going
I don't think so.
Prevent offense with a 10-point lead, start running the ball into the middle? What do you guys think?
I hope that John DeFilippo kind of saw what transpired in the 4th quarter and in overtime and sort of starts the game that way.
Right.
And the Vikings kind of get rolling early, get 2 or 3 scores and get up on them and then just pound them into dust.
Yeah, I don't want them hanging around with us.
I don't either.
We keep giving them chances. I mean, they are so terrible on offense.
I think Josh Allen is so in over his head, A, as an NFL quarterback, B, as an NFL rookie quarterback starting, and C, as against this Vikings defense in U.S. Bank Stadium. I think bad day for him.
Yeah, he might quit football altogether. I mean,
Vontae Davis. Will he do it at halftime?
Yeah. Halftime guy. Yeah. Maybe they all quit it. What if they all quit at halftime? Maybe they can all quit at halftime.
Have you ever heard of that? A guy retiring at halftime?
No, I've never heard of that.
I haven't either.
And supposedly he said that it came to him, in an enlightening moment that, no, I'm done. I don't want to hurt myself any further. I'm done.
Could have finished the game.
See ya.
Never heard of that. That's so bizarre, dude. That's really strange.
It really is.
I had a guy leave a show. I mean, that's what. I had a drummer leave a show.
Really?
I had to cancel a show once because he left after the first set. He just had some kind of mental breakdown. But
wow,
Richie Sambora did that to Bon Jovi, which is a lot bigger scale than Little King. Let me tell you, we were playing I had more digits in my phone number than we had people in the crowd at some of my shows.
Wow.
But Richie Sambora did the same thing. He just completely left like 20 minutes before a Bon Jovi show. That's how he quit the band.
Oh, that's funny.
You can't quit on your team, Vontae.
No.
But it is the Bills.
It is the Bills.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of our good buddy Scott Backstrom, who does his fantastic tailgate master Spices, who leads into this section. Who's got the spicy take of the day?
I'm always spicy.
Boy, spicy take of the day. Let's go. Dan Bailey will not miss more than one field goal or extra point for the Vikings for the rest of the year, and he will be the difference in the Vikings getting a home playoff game versus home field advantage throughout the playoffs.
Woohoo! Good.
Best I could come up with on short notice.
Damn,
that is a great spicy take right there.
I hope it's the case. It will cause many tears of all our rivals for that one.
Yeah, it will.
I see what you did there. Tears of our rival. I see what you did.
That's a great. Seriously, that's some of the best dry rub I have ever used. I got to order some more, by the way.
Okay.
You hear that, Scott? Rub. I like dry rub.
Yeah, and follow the dude at Admiral Big Gun on Daily Norseman or on Twitter and at Tailgate Master.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just went through one bottle myself. I just finished one bottle myself. I started on my second one. Stuff's fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
It is very good.
Now, since we all agree that Buffalo is pretty much a dumpster fire.
Well, hold on. Defensively, they're about even with us. They're about even in all the rankings where the Vikings are. Pretty much right down. But
the Vikings are. We're not top 10.
No, I'm talking like the passing defense. We give up 246 yards a game. They give up 245. So the rankings are like 14th and 18th overall in defense. We are 14th. We're 14th overall right now. They are 18th. So defensively, it's pretty even. But offensively, to our defense is where we have the huge advantage.
We'll be back in the top 10 by the end of the Buffalo game, I think.
Oh, God. Everybody's going to get fat defensively, baby. Let's do it.
Let's hope so.
Well, we've played 2 future Hall of Fame quarterbacks, right?
What? Garoppolo?
Well, all right. I exaggerate a little bit. All right. A good quarterback in Garoppolo, and then, Aaron Rodgers. So the defense should be starting to get everything loosened up and greased up, so they should have a good game. And I suspect that Zimmer, with any new quarterback, and especially rookies, this is going to be a nightmare.
This can't be more one-sided. So. We have no excuse. Hey, guys, no excuse to let them hang around. None. This is the one game on the schedule. This should be a blowout. No excuse.
All right. Speaking of which, how do you think our offense is going to do?
I think they really got on track in that second half against Green Bay. At least the passing game did. I thought passing-wise they were okay week 1 too. I would really like to see Dalvin Cook start eating. Maybe he's still kind of getting back into game shape, coming off the knee injury. But I thought in the fourth quarter and overtime, especially in overtime, Cook was really starting to run with some authority. I thought he had his best runs of the day were late in the game. I really expect him to have a good game on Sunday.
PFF has him as the most elusive player so far this season in the league.
Yeah.
Nice.
And he's getting like 3.5 yards.
He's all right, though. I saw him get banged up at the end of the game. He's fine, though, right? I mean, physically?
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay, because I saw him on the field, like, sitting.
I heard – okay, I think he'll be okay.
Okay, cool. That's a good take. I think it's going to eat this. I think Murray's going to have 2 touchdowns, too, myself.
Oh, that's a spicy hot take.
It is.
Isn't it?
Mm-hmm. We'll call that. Let's use that. I nominate that as your spicy hot take of the day.
Meow, meow, meow. I'm all about spicy hot take. I think Murray goes for 2 touchdowns this week.
All right.
I will lead with predictions.
You're our leader, Neidhart.
I think this is going to be a 40 burger.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Now there's leading us, and then there's jinxing us. You got to slow down, man.
42-3.
Wow. What? I'm not even that optimistic.
Good old.
Yeah, but you called a 50 burger if Kaiser came in last week and we didn't get.
Yeah. I'm going 34-10.
Okay.
Shit. That was my exact spicy take.
All right, 34-13. I'll go 34-13.
No, I don't think defense isn't going to allow them to score that much.
I also had Buffalo for 10. They're going to get a block punt for a touchdown. That'll give them 10 after their field goal. If we're not in the – we're at around 30 is, I think, is going to be – I like Dave's prediction overall, but I can't see us rolling up 40 on this. Maybe we do. I don't know. I'm going 31-10.
All right.
I'll be in U.S. Bank, so it should be a good one. Fans should be rocking and imbibing and having a good time, especially with tailgating. What do you say, Drew?
I say meow, meow, Viking cow. I lost Princess. Meow, meow, Viking cow. Get it done. 31-10. Get it done.
Ted?
Daniel Carlson better not miss his first extra point or field goal, or Vikings fans worldwide, their head will explode. Or not Daniel Carlson, Dan Bailey. There's too many Dans on this team. Dan Bailey better not miss his first field goal, or people are going to lose their minds.
Oh, my God. And I'll be one of them.
Yeah, me too.
No. Absolutely.
That was my take. I was going to say he goes 3 for 3 in field goals.
All right.
But I'll take that and Murray. I'll go double spice. Double. Give me Posh. Give me no, not Posh. Give me baby spice and give me that ginger one. I'm doubling up with my Spice Girls.
Well, tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
That's right. Name them all, David. There's 40. There's something ginger.
Sneezy,
there's
dopey.
There's Old Spice. I mean,
they're all Old Spice now, aren't they?
Yeah. Or close.
I'll try. I'll take
younger than us, probably.
I'll take baby and ginger. I'll go double spice. 2 touchdowns for Murray, 3 field goals for Bailey Irish cream.
Cool.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Remember, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and ring that bell. Goal! Win. Vikings win.